What's up everybody, and welcome to a new feature video. Today I am joined by the very infamous, should I call you? Infamous S-Body Soph and her unbelievable, I'm going to call it 700 brake because it's 10 brake horsepower off, right? Yeah, 700 brake horsepower 2JZ S14. Should we check it out? Come a bit closer. We've got a microphone now, we don't have to hold you anymore. So this is Sophie and that is her car. So let's have a quick look around it. Sophie, thank you so much for making the journey down for me. It was very long, so very grateful.
It was the most horrendous journey I've ever had, but I'm here now, so it's fine.
Your car. Let's have a look around it. Let's look at some of the spec. You said yourself, you don't know every single thing. No, I'm going to be straight up and just say that I don't know everything about this car. I'm not going to pretend like I do because I'm just going to make myself look stupid. Yeah, I don't know everything. I'm not a mechanic. Like, I'm still trying to learn like as much as I can. But yeah, right now I don't know everything. A mad car. This is, I think I'm right in saying, my first ever 2J experience. You're popping my 2J cherry this weekend, so I'm very grateful for that. But let's have a little look around it. You've got obviously big drift-esque body kit on it. Is it a Japanese imported kit, or is it a kit from? No,
it's from EP Racing.
EP Racing, yeah.
I just wanted something that was kind of like cheap and cheerful. If I bashed it, which I know I'm going to at some point, it wasn't too much of a hassle to try and get it all back. Yeah.
No, I've got no judgment at all on that. I think replica body kits are absolutely fine when they're on cars like this because they get smashed up in the UK. Our roads are not very good. What is it lowered on?
Teen coilovers.
Teen coilovers, yeah. Teen. I don't actually know how you say it. It's one of the two, isn't it?
I call them teen. They were the ones that I bought the car on. I haven't changed them, but they've been pretty good and they do what I need. So.
Yeah, they're super nice. What wheels are these? Because they are big.
They are 720 style 55s.
So 720 style 55s, yeah?
Yeah.
They are very concave as well. And behind that, you've got a part I supplied you. The K-Sports.
Yes, oh yeah, you do. Yeah, I forgot that you did that.
Yeah, so she got the K-Sports, the big brake kit from us at 621. It was super cool to supply some parts for the car, by the way. I was like, really, it was a really cool thing for me to be able to do that. So I'm very grateful you allowed us with that.
It's not an actual kooky wing because they're like really hard to find and also very expensive. And I thought, if I back it into a wall, the last thing I want to do is ruin a genuine kooky spoiler. But it is a kooky style. I think I got it from Biber Kits. I think that's what you call it.
Cool, I think it looks great. And this exhaust is ginormous. Two huge shotgun-esque barrels coming out the back there. Is that a custom exhaust you've had put on?
It is, yeah. I think that's the thing that people comment on the most, and they either absolutely love it or absolutely hate it. And most of the time it's that they absolutely hate it.
I quite like it. I like that they're odd sizes as well, which makes it kind of quirky. As we step inside, let's have a look around in here real fast. So, 2 Corbu wraparound seats, as we can see here, and they are bizarre to be in when you're driving along because you can't look over at the driver.
No.
But they are actually very comfortable. They fit. I fit in them fine, so that was really good. This is a likewise steering wheel with your own engraved @ on there. On the account you now have back as well, which is very cool.
Now, so that's kind of lucky.
Yeah. So I also really like that there's the likewise stitched into the wheel. It's very Vertex-esque styling on there, and it's really smart. You've got one of the new Slams UK. I'll give him a plug. Slams UK gear knobs with the Gravity logo on there. Oh God, I just headbutted something. Yeah, Gravity on there. Hydro handbrake, all wired in. Does it work good?
It does, yeah.
Yeah, cool. Obviously got the NRG snap-off Boss on there too. Nice little foot plate, super appreciated that while we were driving up here because it was super scary. You've got a cool little, like, almost an amp dial on your dash.
That is for the cal settings.
Okay, cool. So that's how you change what map you're running, yeah?
Yeah.
But yeah, sweet. Have you got anything else we need to really look at on this car? I think we need to look under the bonnet, don't we?
The engine bay, I'm going to say.
Yeah, let's do that. Soph, talk us through this, because you're not completely clueless. You do know some bits about this.
I know a couple of bits,
You know a couple of bits. So look at this absolute masterpiece. So, engine.
2JZ GTE, single turbo conversion, obviously. 3582 Garrett Gen 2 turbo.
Perfect.
Yeah, completely unopened. Yeah, kind
what
of
else
what you
to
see
say?
what you get.
And it's running approximately, well, it is running 693 horsepower. I mean, we could talk about this all day long, but I say you hop in that driver's seat, take me out and scare me.
To live in death.
Yeah, I think that sounds way more fun to watch and
That sounds so fun.
Cool, okay, let's do it.
In fact, do you trust me to drive it to where we need to go, or do you not trust me yet? You don't trust me yet?
We're halfway there. We're halfway there.
Okay, halfway. Okay, we're halfway there, team.
Nobody else has driven this yet.
No one else.
Apart from Connor.
So we are in S-Body Sophies S14 with a 2J running nearly 700 horsepower. Hopefully you can hear us. We've got microphones on, we've got cameras recording, and I'm going to talk loud. So hopefully we pick up some usable sound. Woo! Alright, sounds good. So, Sophie, I've got some questions. They're not hard, they're just fun, okay?
Okay.
Why an S14?
I actually have no idea. Literally, it was just always the car I always wanted to own. Like, I've always really looked up to like drifting and things like that, and it was just kind of the car that people always like Silvias are like they're drift cars. Like, I don't know, I just always loved them.
So yeah, it's so you like looked up to drifting. Was that like online on Instagram, that sort of stuff, was it? And
yeah, just kind of like everywhere really. I was always like really interested in it, and I don't know what it was. I just always had a thing for 14.
And do you regret it at all? Are you glad you got one now? Like, because I know you didn't use it for a while, obviously while it was being built. So
those 18 months were literally like the worst 18 months of my life not having it. Like, I bought obviously I've got my 15 as well, but that just doesn't compare. 14s are my
your favourite, yeah?
Yeah, always.
Be careful what you say about the S15s though, go. Yeah. Well, I really like it. I think it's so loud.
I know, I'm sorry.
No, don't apologise, it's good fun. So why did you end up 2Jing it? Was that the initial plan when you got the car, or was that just something that kind of escalated while you were modifying it?
No, so I had never like even thought about doing an engine swap. Like, I hadn't even considered it. And then I can't remember what actually happened. Like, my oil pump like fucked up, so like the SR that I had in it was like tapping, and there was just like loads of issues. And I wanted to put an RB25 in it. I was like, oh, you know, it'll be cool. I didn't really know my shit, and I was like, yeah, I'll just stick an RB in there, and it'll be really cool. And then I met Connor, and I spoke to him, and he was like, why would you put an RB in there? Like, he was like, and his exact words were, put a fucking JZ in it, mate. And I was like, yeah, all right. And it literally went from there.
Yeah, sick. No, that's really cool. Like I said, this is my first ever time, I think, that I can remember being in a 2J car of any form. I can't remember.
Yeah, I've never been in a 2J car before.
So when you first drove it, was the experience wild? Like,
so actually, the first time I drove it was right after it had been mapped, and I don't know if you actually watched.
You were raining, right?
It was what?
Raining, right?
It was. Oh yeah, it was like horrendous rain, and like it was the worst day. It was so cold. But if you actually watch back on my YouTube video, my clutch was slipping the entire time.
Yeah, I did see that.
And all I could think was, why are the wheels just spinning? And then I got back and I said to Connor, I was like, there's no like actual drive on the car, and he was like, your clutch is gone.
Right.
So yeah, that was a bad experience. So the first time I drove it, like, I couldn't fully drive it, but the day that I drove this away from Connor's, I was literally like this, like the whole time. But best experience, like,
cool.
feeling ever.
Well, it's a little bit straight round here if you want to put your foot down. Okay. Not too hard though, because there is a corner up there, but. This is going to be a terrible day. I thought it was going to be like really super fun, and now I've remembered I'm an awful passenger.
I'm a great passenger. I'm not a great driver.
Oh, do you want to swap?
Maybe a bit.
When Connor was building it, did he have many issues at all in the build? I know he's like a professional mechanic, does this by trade though, so I just wondered if there was anything in the build itself that was a bit of a pain in the arse for you, like.
There was like loads of like random little like niggly bits that caused an issue. Nothing like major. It was more of like trying to get parts and stuff through the pandemic, because those places shut down, those places weren't shipping. Like, it did become a bit of an thorough a build than a lot of people would expect.
So now the car is, sorry, I hit puberty there. So now the car is working, and it's, you know, I assume there's still other plans for it going forward, but
yeah.
Is there anything up to this point that you wish you'd done differently? These seats I wish you'd done differently, so I can actually see you while we're talking.
These seats were something I probably should have thought about a bit better. But everybody's like kind of made a comment about them, but I've kind of dealt with them really well. Like I can lean forward and I can look at you.
Do you know, I quite like them though if you're like sat there, because you know how people stare at you sometimes, like from other cars. You can just like do something naughty and then ignore them. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah. So if I overtake someone and then I get stuck,
yeah, you just hide your head back in, be like, yo, it wasn't me. Wasn't me. Going on to that, what are the future plans with the car?
At some point I'd like to make it 1,000 horsepower just because I could. I really want to get like confident enough with drifting that I could drift this.
Want to get confident enough with drifting to give that a go?
Yeah, to be able to drift this, but obviously then that puts it in like a whole different kind of
risk. The risk category it would then appear in is massive.
Well, please don't come down this way.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Wow.
I kind of kicked it though when I went over that bump then. I was like, shit.
Wow, that sounds good.
You can't not smile when you're in this car.
That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. So yeah, maybe drifting. So any other plans for the car itself, like mod-wise?
So obviously the colour change is something that I really want to do next.
Colour change coming in, yeah.
Which obviously we spoke about earlier, but I'm not gonna say that on camera.
Secret.
Yeah, it's a big secret. The wheels I need to change because like I do like these wheels, but they're not the kind of like style I want to go for. They are very drifty wheels, but I'm quite a stancy kind of person. I want something a bit more like
a bit more shiny.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, respray wheels. Everything else has kind of been changed. There's nothing the same as what I bought it as. So.
If anybody out there wanted to take on a build of this magnitude, what advice would you give them?
Make sure you've got deep pockets.
And make sure you find a reputable, good, knowledgeable, honest
absolutely.
Garage to help you with it.
That's something we can both say.
Yeah, so go on. Wow! Any other advice like when sourcing parts and stuff? Obviously, because I own a parts tuning store, so I just get them all through me. But like when you're looking, like how did you decide to use certain places, or did you use just advice?
So I mostly just went off like Connor's advice because I know he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
But he would always give me a choice, and he'd say like look, you can get this, like this will work and it'll be really good, or you can get this and it'll be amazing and you know it'll work even better, and then it allows you to do this.
Yeah.
So yeah, I went a lot off Connor's word and like trusting him. So I completely agree with what you say. You want to find someone that is reputable, that you have a lot of trust in, especially when you're going like this far into a build and like you know the ongoing support and stuff that they're going to need to provide you with after. Absolutely. You've got to know they're going to look after you.
Absolutely, I think that's good advice. Mm-hmm. That's good advice. I think a lot of people are going to ask as well, a girl of only 22 years of age, how have you managed to afford this absolute machine? Because let's be honest, you need deep pockets to build something this ridiculous. You've had it done at a very good place that's done an exceptional job. You never skimped out with me when you were buying parts from me either, so... Yeah.
I got very lucky when I was born and was graced with these beautiful things called boobs.
Boobs are brilliant, yeah.
So boobs enabled me to start an OnlyFans account.
OnlyFans?
And OnlyFans, yeah. And so if anybody's interested, it's SXPHIEE is the username.
And you also have since then started up SX Creators, right?
Yeah, so me and Taylor both decided to start up a business to help other girls who don't quite know what they're doing in the industry, because it is like a really daunting place to be, and lots of people don't know kind of like the basics on how they can keep themselves safe. and just kind of like they don't know how they can get into the industry, and do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, SX Creators is basically our way of trying to help people because of the stuff that we know and that we've learned through doing OnlyFans and using other platforms and stuff.
It's really cool. Really cool.
Every time I put my foot down, all I see is you just grip that seat.
Oh man, this is good.
Like, I can't express the feeling that I have waking up every morning, opening my garage doors and seeing this. Like,
this is ridiculous. Oh, actually, I do have another question, okay? So, you did drive this with the SR20 in. How does it feel, other than way more powerful? Like, how does the car drive now? Can you feel a massive difference with the engine?
Completely different car.
Yeah.
Like, I got in this and I was like, this isn't an S14 anymore. Like, this is a different level of car. Nothing feels the same.
I imagine it's much more front heavy now because of the engine.
Yeah. Like, you can feel that it's a lot heavier than what it was with the SR. And like, when the SR was in the car, it just felt really light and just like, I don't know, it was a bit more of like a driver's car, whereas like now this is just like
a monster.
Unnecessary.
Yeah, absolutely. I quite like, so that you're able to admit that you're scared of it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
The thing is, if I get really cocky about it, I'm just gonna crash.
I hope you've enjoyed this video. We've pure upgraded the equipment. Sophie's been a sick guest. I hope you've enjoyed it. How about you leave us a fat like on the video to say that you have. Check out all of Sophie's stuff. Man, what an insane car. And you didn't even get to see me be naughty in it because no one was filming it. I bet we got a little clip. Shall I chuck that little clip on?
Yeah, you might as well.
There you go, there's a little skit. It wasn't very good, but it's first time driving it. Got to be careful, obviously. Sophie, thank you so much for coming all this way down. Repping the merch as well, thank you so much. It's been so much fun. I hope you'll all give Sophie some love. We're all a big car community, remember? Thanks for sitting anytime. And it's been amazing. I hope you guys will hit a like on the video and hit subscribe for more. We're going to try to level up the content as much as possible this year. Let's go, baby. Right, I'm out. Yeah, more burnouts. Peace!